Okay, he's pulling into the parking lot. And he's in the lead. Half a dozen. That means 6, by the way. Not a baker's dozen, half a dozen. He knows the shortcut because he saw it was right in front of him. Fast as he can, doesn't look like it. There is a lot of potholes though. And there it is. Yep, right in front of us. We can see it. The wrong side of the truck. He's actually driving quite well. Oh, now, I can't believe he just said that. Driving well because the steering wheel is on the opposite side of the vehicle than what he may be used to. I mean, does he know this guy? This guy could have come from another country. He could own a car with the steering wheel on that side. And setting all that aside, a mail truck is just a step up from a go-kart. They're pretty small vehicles. It's a little teeny Jeep. I mean, listen, it can't be that complicated. And look at the parking lot that they're in. I mean, even if he's on a main road, it's not that complicated. It's only that side of the car. I have seen a lot of people just reach over from the passenger side of a car and grab the steering wheel and steer from that side of the car. I've even seen people sitting in the passenger side and shifting a manual transmission from the passenger seat. Okay? And they do it with their left hand. You know, and if you can do that, you can drive a car that's an automatic, or a Jeep in this case, that has the steering wheel on the wrong side of the vehicle. I mean, that almost sounds like you're insulting other countries or people from other countries because they drive from the quote-unquote other side of the car. I mean, that's a little insulting. At least that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I probably would be a little insulted anyways. But it's just funny that you're saying this because it's not true. You can drive a car, even if you've never driven one, from the quote-unquote opposite side of the car, the wrong side of the car than what you're used to. It doesn't mean that it's complicated. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. You don't need to go to special school. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You know what? You just get in it and drive it. You put it in drive, you press on the gas, and it goes. You know, it's that simple. It's not a stick shift. Mail trucks are automatics. It's very simple. You're just on the opposite side than what people are accustomed to. It doesn't mean that it's impossible for you to drive it. At one time or another, you didn't have a license, and it wouldn't have made a difference if the steering wheel was wherever. A matter of fact, there's garbage trucks. Cement trucks actually have them in the center of the truck. They're not even on the right or left. There's some military vehicles that also have the steering wheel in the center of the truck. And the passengers sit on the left and the right, and the driver sits in the center. I mean, it just doesn't even make sense that you think that, oh my gosh, he's doing quite well because he's not used to it. You don't have any idea what this guy's used to. He could have come from another country and said, hey, you know, I've driven cars over there. I got a license for over there. There's a lot of people, I am sure, that live in one country and go to another country and have licenses in other countries to drive their vehicles. And sometimes those vehicles drive on the opposite side. And the roads are set up a little different because you go the opposite ways. I mean, it's just the way it is. It doesn't mean that the guy can't do it because he may or may not have ever driven a car that way. And the fact that you think that just tells me where you're at. You're doing a lot of assuming and you have no idea. He could have been in school. He could have went to other countries. So, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. If you are going to assume that he can't drive a vehicle, or it's shocking that he is because it's on that side of the car instead of what we're accustomed to in America, I mean, seriously, I'll bet you 99.999% of the people today can get in a car that has the controls on the opposite side of what they're accustomed to, and they'll get in and drive it just fine. I mean, for crying out loud, you know, that's just ridiculous.